Today is the day. Today is the day we can do it. Win all our 3 games today, and we have a chance. Hello there, folks. It is TIJ Gang, and welcome to the final episode of Season 9 of Conquering the Euro on Football Manager 2021. It's episode 9, and it is an absolute must-watch. We've got a bumper episode today. 3 matches. Firstly, the Merseyside derby, then a match against Reading, and a match at the BMD Stadium against Manchester City to finish it all off. And if things go well, we will be Premier League champions. We've been at Everton for 5.5 years. It's maybe taken a little bit longer than I'd have expected, and probably you guys would have expected. But if things go well today, we will emerge as Premier League champions. But there is one problem, and that potentially is Manchester United. Looking at the permutations for the Premier League, we are a point above Chelsea. If we win all our games, we are certain to finish above Chelsea. However, Manchester United have still got a game in hand. If they go and win that and win all their 4 games, then it's looking pretty likely, unless we win all our 3 games and get some pretty good results to boost our goal difference, that Manchester United are going to win the Premier League. So there's plenty of permutations, plenty of things to focus on. We know who we're playing. Chelsea, if we win all our 3 games, shouldn't be a threat, but they should win all their 3 games, really. They've got Reading, Leicester and Sheffield United. Nobody there that you would think they'd slip up against. Manchester United, on the other hand, have got a really tricky run. They've got to play Arsenal later on today, Manchester City, Wolves, and then Liverpool. Nobody easy in that run. Not specifically, but given that Wolves as well are in 6th, no easy game there. But got some exciting news, not for this match, but for the Reading match. Robin van den Berg will be back. I don't know if there's an under-23s match. There unfortunately isn't in the week, so he might only come on in the second half against Reading, but his influence could be crucial. But we've got the Merseyside derby away from home first. If we lose that, it could all be over. We'll have to see. We've got the early kick-off on Saturday, but let's just run you through what happened in the month of April. And we could have made this easier for ourselves. We dropped 5 points in April, and if we hadn't dropped those, then we'd have been sitting quite pretty. But considering the dire form that we'd been in, we're not looking too bad. We had a really uncharacteristic loss to Wolves at the BMD Stadium. Very strange result. Our 4 employees clearly didn't want us to do us a favour, and they look a good side to Wolves. Their second season, I think, back in the Premier League, and they look like they're going to finish in the top 6, which is excellent news. But we were back to our classic form. We beat Norwich 4-0 in the game after that. We then only drew 1 each with Brighton away from home. Disappointing result. But since then, 2 solid wins. Beat Fulham 1-0. And we also beat Arsenal 2-1. The action all over very quickly there. We scored in the 5th and the 9th minute. I've just noticed. There we go. That's the proper format we want. Jose Arsenio scored for Arsenal 30 seconds in. I thought, oh, Christ. But luckily we got 2 early goals courtesy of Harrison Salkin, who's been our forward man and has played pretty well. Of course, Chelsea had the chance to go ahead of us. Well, they were ahead of us, but they dropped 2 points against Man City. It's been very much zigzaggy up and down. Manchester United, I think, are the biggest threat. But as long as we win our 3 matches, that is all we can do. So the team that's going to play here against Liverpool, we've got Costa in goal with Tuanzebe, Almeida, Godfrey and Livramento at the back. The only change to that from usual is that Juan Larios is out. But you know what? I think we play him. I think we play Juan Larios. I'm going to change my mind. I want it to be as similar as it is to the usual side, so I can't whinge that we've got injuries. Normal midfield partnership with Messina and Taylor. Then Ryan Hill, Sierra and Benito Owen playing the same attacking midfield roles. Sierra and then the other 2 players out on the wings. And then Harrison Salkin starts up front. Obviously, usually Ryan Hill wouldn't get a game, but because Salkin is going from right winger to attack, then someone's got to replace him at right wing. I'm quietly confident for this match against Liverpool. Of course, they did beat us in the FA Cup. It does feel like win or bust today. I don't know why, but yeah. It's all in our hands, and it has been for the rest of the season. Although, looking at that form for Liverpool, it makes me smile. 4 losses and a draw in their last 5. Our run of form's not brilliantly pretty, but it's a hell of a lot better than that. Hopefully we can stick a few past Liverpool today. Our goal difference wouldn't harm us having a better goal difference, definitely. But the main thing is that we go and win. If Manchester United win all their remaining 4 games, they're going to be champions. I would pretty much say so. But fingers crossed we can get some points. In an ideal world, it'll be all over by the last weekend of the season, because I do worry a little bit about that game against Manchester City. If we can beat Liverpool, then I'm fairly certain we can beat Reading in that game, so I'm not too concerned about that. Although Liverpool do have an early chance here. Guyan on the ball shoots, and it's an early goal for Liverpool, but I do think we get away with that. It's a standard defensive line. I was just looking at that. I was thinking, oh, we're pushing up maybe a bit too high up the pitch, but it looks like this is going to be ruled out for offside. I feel a bit out of... So, I don't know, I feel a bit out of my comfort zone here. I'm having to turn a little bit, but oh well. I guess you guys really couldn't care less about that. It's maybe me getting worried, and you'll notice a lot of this, a lot of the hair, a lot of the nail biting, and some of the gestures, because this is something we've been building towards for a few years, and with it not necessarily being in our hands, but having our best chance we've had yet, it's a lot of pressure, and if we go and blow it here, then it's just, I don't think I can cope with another season. Ryan Hill wins the ball back well. It's definite that we aren't as good as we were without Robin van den Berg. We really struggle without him, that real poacher up front. But we've not done too badly without him. We still need the 3 points today. It relies on our defence playing well. Of course, it relies on everybody playing well. Liverpool with another chance. Choi Parrott, Godfrey gets it out. Livramento. It's not looking the best from us, though, here. We don't really seem to have too much up front. I'm going to tell the lads we demand a bit more from them. It's not looking too rosy at the moment. I mean, a draw might be enough, you don't know, but we want to do as much as we can. We want to win just to put maximum pressure on the sides behind, because Manchester United, not so much Chelsea as such, but Manchester United really are the big worry. But Chelsea could come back into it. They've got 3 opponents they could beat, so I think Chelsea are very much third favourites, I'd argue, that the underdogs out of the 3 teams who can still win this Premier League. That's a lovely ball from the Liverpool defender. Apart from early doors here, I'm not seeing too much that's particularly suggesting that we are the side in good form. Liverpool looking, like they're in decent form here. And it's only going to be a matter of time before they score. I don't know whether it's the nerves getting to our players. I really don't know. But we have got the captain and the vice-captain, so we haven't got a leadership void. You can't accuse the players of that particularly. I think for a bit of push up front, because I don't think a draw is enough, personally. I think that we go for it up front. I think that we play our more attacking tactic, make a few reservations just not to go too stupid, and see what we can do. If we can get a goal early on in the second half, then we've got that comfort zone there. And only 1 shot in the first half, only 2 for Liverpool. Neither side have really challenged too much. Liverpool not having their best season, so I think a draw would do for them here. But can we get a goal, though? Can we come out in the second half looking a lot more threatening than we did in the first? And based off that pass, probably not. But Liverpool, Guyan has beaten us. It's a shot. Diego Costa saves it well. But again, we're not looking great going forward. At the back, we're not looking too bad. We're dealing with these situations. But going forward, it's not looking too rosy. Is that going to change? Sierra potentially with a counter-attack, but no, it's just straight off the Liverpool player. It's just something not quite right for us today. We'll see what happens from this corner, though. Sierra into the air. He puts it into Larios. Nope, not going to happen there. And where's our defence? Where is our defence? Alexander-Arnold wins that one far too easily. Messina gets the tackling, but this is going to be a goal, isn't it? I know it. It's into the box. Larios hoofs it out. Good stuff defensively, but we are really struggling up front. We can't seem to deliver the goods at all. And who do we bring on, I guess, is the question. I think we bring Deji Satone on in place of Benito Owen, and we'll also bring on, I guess, Reece Nelson for a bit of experience. I just worry about him being by himself up there, that's all. Let's bring Lorenzo on. Let's go for something a little bit different here. Let's put Sierra on the left and Lorenzo and Satona up front together. That means that Messina will have to sit back a bit more, and probably the wingers sit back a bit more. But those 2 attackers go for it gung-ho. We've not done enough going forward, and we've really got to do that. So hopefully that change will help us out a little bit. Let's try and encourage the lads. Again, we've not offered anything. Really haven't. 1 shot. Liverpool have had 7. If there's one team that looks like winning this football match at the moment, it is most certainly Liverpool. Is that change we've just made going to mean something? Livramento, I mean, it'd be nice to get a shot into the box. Again, nothing with it. Couldn't even trouble the keeper. The keeper can sit there having a bacon sandwich, and Guyan one-on-one with the keeper, and it's 1-0 Liverpool. Are we really going to bottle this? Are we really going to bottle this? Oh, man. Just not offering enough. Not offering enough at all. And it feels like we're just stuttering here. Sierra's picked up an injury, so we've been forced to bring him off Reece Nelson. What do we do? We've won 1 shot all day. A very uncharacteristic performance. I guess a draw doesn't do us too badly. It still requires United to win both of their games rather than win 1, lose 1 and still be above us. But, yeah, based on the first 80 minutes, we need something here. Can Kenneth Taylor supply something? Out on the left to Satona. Satona shoots. That was shocking. Absolutely shocking from Deji Satona there. That was only our second shot of the day. I think we are taking inspiration from Liverpool in real life. Must be. We've just got to go gung-ho for this. A loss isn't going to do it. It really isn't. Got to go gung-ho all for this. Yeah, let's see how we can do. 5 minutes to go. Can we get something from somewhere? This is bad. Really is. This is bad. And we've lost against Liverpool in the Merseyside derby. And all of a sudden we need a lot of help from the teams behind us. Could we have bottled it straight away? Chelsea pick up a draw. They're still behind us, but the big worry is Man United. They now pretty much have to, well, they have to drop quite a few points. Let's see. Let's go through it at the end of the day. Are they all playing at 3 o'clock? We've got Manchester United playing at 3 o'clock. I feel like they're the big worry. So let's have a look. Let's go to this press conference. I just don't know what to say here. I mean, if we're going to win this title, then we need to do something a lot better than that. And I just think that's the last straw. Really do. We didn't offer anything there at all against Liverpool. We can quite easily go and win these next 2 matches now, but I don't really think it's going to mean anything. Man United lose. Is this still on? Is this still on? Man United have lost. I mean, thank you very much, Arsenal and all that crap. But Man United have lost. They've got Man City on Saturday. We don't play until, I think it's next Sunday, isn't it? Vandenberg's full training, so we've got to play him. There's an under-18s match, I guess. Put him in the squad for 90 minutes. Get him primed, because we really need him. I can't believe Man United have dropped points there. I guess we'll see how Chelsea get on. But I'll be back next Saturday just to see how Man United get on. If they drop points again, then goodness me, I don't know how, but this could be our title to lose. Well, I don't think anybody wants this Premier League title. Chelsea only managed to draw last week against Reading. So, if Man United, well, it's incredibly tight actually thinking about it, because Chelsea could still, it's not all in our own hands, because Chelsea are 1 goal behind us in terms of the goal difference. Let's let today play out, shall we? If Man United win, they are still the favourites. Messina has rallied the troops. The ball-winning midfielder knows that his Everton side are currently top of the table. Blah, 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 blah. We'll deal with all that in a bit. We've got to get to this press conference. I didn't really want to do this. I wanted to... hopefully that would come earlier and go through the day's events and deal with all that crap off camera. Survival's at stake for Leicester, apparently, so that might help our cause against Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea are playing Leicester. But Man United, Man City, that's a huge football match. How is it going to end? I just feel like that they're both going to win today. If we don't win this Premier League title from here, something's gone mad. Leicester scored in the 93rd minute to beat Chelsea. If Chelsea had drew, they'd have gone above us. And Man City have beat Man United as well. So, if we beat Reading, a draw against Man City will be enough. Oh, this is playing into our hands. We can't bottle it now, can we? So no changes for this penultimate match against Reading. We've gone with the same side. We've gone with our more attacking formation because we didn't offer anything last time out. I know if we score goals the way we can, then we've got a chance. Robin Vandenberg, pleased to be back in the team. He's on the bench, not starting for today's game because he's only recommended to play 45 minutes. So if we need him, we're potentially a point away from clinching the title. Oh, I missed something. Your Everton side can potentially become champions today. No, they can't. No, they can't. Because if we win... No. We can't win. I don't get it. We can't win. Unless I'm being completely thick with my maths, we can't win the title today. But I'll tell you what, Reading aren't in the bad run of form either. They're unbeaten in the last 5. 2 draws, 3 wins. But if there's ever a match for us to win, it has to be this one. We've got our full squad out there, albeit missing the striker, Robin van den Berg. But no excuses in terms of a defensive point of view. I almost have to pinch myself. Given the run of form we've been on, we should have won this title easily, to be honest. The form we were in, we'd have got 90 plus points, but we've just got scared. We have. We've lost plenty of matches we shouldn't have lost. We'll go through that in the end of season review, and hopefully we'll be looking at it all smiley, thinking, well, it didn't matter in the end. We won the title. I'm hoping that's the case, because if we don't win it, then, you know, there's never going to be a better opportunity for us to win it, in my opinion. But Reading are a decent side. That they drew with Chelsea, so they're not a bad side at all. I'm just hoping we can get the better of them today. Let's see. And it's them on the ball early on here. Messina, Sierra, Owen, can we get an early goal just to settle the nerves? Owen puts it through, puts it into Salkin. It's 1-0 Everton. Get in. 17th goal of the season for Harrison Salkin. Salkin's been a good enough striker, I think, for mid-table Premier League sides. He would do it up there and satisfy their needs. He's a good sort of 10-15 goal a season striker. But he's better out on the right. He is, definitely. Ryan Hill's going to be disappointed because Salkin is definitely still first choice out on that right-hand side. However, if we do win the title, I don't think I can take another season with Everton. If a good enough job comes up, I'm going to go elsewhere. We'll have done what we want to do. We'll have won the title and then let somebody else take the reins. We've set this club up very well for the future, and it'd be interesting to see how the club gets on without me if we do leave. But it's not all over yet. If we win today's match, we give ourselves a great chance. Could still all go wrong against Man City, of course, but at least it's in our hands now. We're not looking at other results in a blind panic. Owen puts it wide. Not quite. Livramento. I mean, if we can get 2-0 up here, it really is a sigh of relief. Kenneth Taylor. Messina puts to Salkin. 2-0 Everton. It's a brace from Salkin. Can he get his hat-trick? Let's see. But Reading, yeah, they've got it all to do. I guess they haven't got much to play for. I think they're about mid-table, I think. I could be wrong. No, they're in 17th place, actually. So I don't know if they can still go down. You can see all this rubbing, and I'm still worried. We're 2-0 up here at Reading, but I've seen it go wrong before. And I really thought it was over with that match against Liverpool. How it's not is beyond me, but we can save all that hindsight and reflection till afterwards. Sierra hoofs it forward to Salkin. Doesn't quite happen there. Just don't want to give the ball away stupidly. Messina, Taylor puts it to Sierra in the middle. Sierra still going, shoots. Little bit opportunistic there from Hamilton Sierra. Not too sure about that one. Yeah, Reading are fighting to stay up. Fulham and West Ham have both gone. Brighton could well stay up. We are the only side playing at the moment. Brighton and West Ham are on a little bit later on, so no one else to focus on. And I guess that is quite nice, having that lessened pressure of looking at how everybody else is doing. We can just sit there and chill in the back of our seat and look at that, but goodness me, notice how quickly that stance went. That was a cracking effort from Musolowski. I remember his name from somewhere. I think it was Echo's Darlington save. I'm sure he had him and couldn't have him because of a work permit or something. But I tell you what, he's done decent things in the Premier League there. And hopefully our former striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin doesn't come back to ruin the party. I've had so many occasions where we've gone 2-0 up and they've brought it back to 2 each. And it's happened here. Oh, we can't. I mean, it's better to laugh than cry, I guess. But we can't bottle it from here, surely. But we've got work to do now. We've got work to do. I know that we'll still be top, whatever happens, going into the last match. But does it really matter? I mean, if we lose actually here, then we won't be top going into the last match. But, you know, does it matter? We've got an opportunity to capitalise here. Win the match, for crying out loud. I'm going to do some... Well, let's give it a minute. Sierra into the box. Can't make anything happen. I mean, if we lose here, we don't deserve to win the league, quite frankly. Baptiste's through here. What are the defenders doing? They've all fallen to sleep. We've gone into that horrible lull mode again. Sierra's in, so we're going to bring Lorenzo on. But I'm also going to bring Robin van den Berg on. What can he do? Can he bring us something? We're going to say to van den Berg, you have the ability to make a real difference. Get out there and do it. And I've sat back a bit as well in terms of our formation now, because I am starting to worry about Reading. If they go and win this football match, then we are in real trouble. Because I don't fancy us on that final day against Man City. Put clear daylight between us and everybody else. Happy days. We've got 20 minutes to go here. Can we do it? Let's bring Deji Satona on for Benito in, who's tired. Surely we can get a victory. Nobody else wants to win the league. 10 minutes to go. But I could be smiling and all jokey that we're on top now, but these are 2 points that we could really do with. If it goes badly at City. Consequences of only drawing here could be massive. Win here and it's in our hands. Diego Almeida's injured. Bloody brilliant. Well, that's put the coffers on that one, hasn't it? We're still going to push up. You know, we've got the defensive cover. I'm not too worried. Just don't lose the game. I just don't get how everybody else can bottle it, and we go one step worse. We're 3-2 down to Reading. Very unfortunate that we're down to 10 men. We're going to lose this football match. I mean, really didn't need that. I mean, it's great for Reading, but you know, that's the sort of match we really need to be winning. It's going to go down to the last day. It is going to go down to the last day. Next Sunday. Man United have got Wolves in the week. We'll keep track of that. Because if they win, they then need to beat Liverpool to win the title. We got a free pass against Liverpool losing, but to lose there wasn't good enough. And if we get punished for it, then rightly so. But you know, the way things are going, I really don't know what's going to happen. So let's fast forward to Tuesday, see what happens in the United match. You only get so many get out of jail free cards, don't you? United have won. Going into that last day, we need a number of variables to go our way. This was in our hands. And going into the final day, all three sides have the same amount of points, 79 points. Wow. Wow. Well, next time you'll see me is Sunday. We've got Man City. That's a huge game. Yeah. I don't want to say any more at the moment. Oh, this could have been so much easier. But if we come out the other side as champions, we won't care at all. 3 clubs on the last day, all on 79 points. We need a bit of help, to be honest. We need to win and keep our fingers crossed that Man United don't. This so easily could have been in our hands and we could have sat back on the final day. But what will be, will be. Que sera, sera. All that nonsense. Let's just focus on going and beating Man City, and hopefully the rest should come together. We've got the majority of our main squad in the team today. Tuanzebe plays for Diego Almeida. Almeida just isn't fit for today's match. And Robin van den Berg is sat on the bench if we need him. This could be the big one. And it's that stressful, it's that big, that this is a day after the previous one. This is a day after the previous game. I just couldn't bring myself to play this match yesterday. And it was getting to about 6, 7 o'clock. The day had been bad anyway from a football perspective. This was Sunday, it's now Monday. And I thought, you know what, fresh look. So this could be a bit anticlimactic for me if we go and win the league. But you know what, every bit worth it. We've been waiting 9 seasons. We need a bit of help from Liverpool. Let's see if we can go and win the title. It could have been a lot easier for us, and we like to do things the hard way, but hopefully we can pick up 3 points. We need 3 points really here. You can't see Chelsea and Manchester United losing. There's just, the probabilities aren't there. But as long as we beat Man City, which we should be able to, Man City aren't a brilliant team. They're down in 9th place in the Premier League. They're nothing special. The one thing that does worry us is our form. Of course, we lost Reading last time out. You guys will know that, and that'll be much longer in my memory away than it is in the memory of you guys. But it's one match. We'll see how we get on. Hopefully we go and get a victory. And fingers crossed, Manchester United slip up. Chelsea could be a problem if they score a lot of goals, because they could still beat us on goal difference. But we'll have to see. Chelsea have took an early lead, and Manchester United are ahead against Liverpool. So absolutely fantastic start for them. And we have made a good start as well. Axel Tuanzebe finds the net 20 minutes in here at the BMD Stadium. So all the teams lead as it stands. Funny how those things go, isn't it, sometimes? But yeah, we'll see. Benito Owen, can we make it 2-0? Taylor. Ryan Hill, this is good pressing from us here. Good ball from Taylor out to Larios. Puts it into the box. Not quite. Is this going to be a counter-attack now for Man City? I mean, the difference between 2-0 and 1-1 here is huge. We'll be under pressure once to get that goal. If we can get 2-0 up here, which we don't, we're close and we're looking good pressure-wise, but there is always the pressure of potential counter-attack. Now, if Liverpool make it 1 each, as it stands, we'll be champions. I just don't want Man United to get 2-0 up, or else I might cry before the break. But we're looking okay as it stands. Manchester City are the more attacking side, it seems. But we do lead at the moment. And at half-time, it's a status quo, really. All 3 sides are 1-0 up. Let's say to the lads, don't think the job is done. Guard against complacency. And let's just pray that Liverpool can help us out. If they do, then we are Premier League champions. But of course, we've got to keep things tight here as well, which concerns me. Only being 1-0 up, there's only a small gap. If Manchester City score, then it can be a long way back. Keep an eye on that Manchester United game. The Chelsea game, not really a concern to us at the moment, but we've got to keep an eye on our own match as well to make sure we don't slip too much. I'm going to bring Benito in off for Satona. He looks a little bit worried, so not going to bother with him. At the moment, though, okay, we're happy to keep everything as it is. Need a bit of help from Liverpool, preferably, in the next few minutes. Oh, wow. United have scored 2 in the space of a minute. I don't think it's going to be our day. Ryan Hill runs up the pitch. Not quite. I think the way we've lost this title, and I think we have done now, is criminal. It really is. Really, really is. I just can't get over it, really. If we'd have beat Reading, right? I know it all comes down to other things over the season. But we beat Reading, we were 2-0 up, and we bottled that. And therefore, I think we deserve our fate. We really do. And, yeah. I am a big believer in fate myself, and obviously it's not meant to be. And being a Liverpool fan, I know what plenty of years of hurt feels like, and it seems like it's going to continue here. It also feels like, however, if there was ever going to be a year that we won the title, it would be this year. So, I really don't know where we sit. The problem is, I really want to win that league title in England before we go. Before we go abroad, because of course, as I keep saying, that the aim of this save is to win 3 domestic titles. But if it wasn't going to happen this year, was it ever going to happen? I don't know if it's fate trying to tell me something. We bottled it, I'll happily admit that. And we are going to finish 3rd, it looks like, because Man City, that's offside. But Chelsea are well up against Sheffield United. Man United are going to win the league. Looks like we're going to finish 3rd. But it's been a great season from us. 82 points compared to 70-odd last time. It was a big step forward. Yes, we should have done better. We'll look at that at the end of the season. It's really disappointing because we should have done a lot better, really, given the run of form we've had. We just had that typical blip, and it was big enough to stop us winning the Premier League. I mean, we got far too many free passes from United and Chelsea that when we bottled it, they bottled it as well. So it would just always be one of those that if we did win it, we'd have just squeezed across the line rather than do anything too convincing. And at our best this year, we were brilliant. So I've got a bit of thinking to do. I don't know. Do we go elsewhere in the world? Just forget this English chapter and obviously think, well, it's not meant to be. Because what I don't want to do is go to another team in England. Because we have really got one of the best sides in England. I've got no question about that. It's just when it really comes to be very important, they just don't seem to be up to it. Don't seem to be up to the task. And we're going to win this football match. We've done all we could do. But Liverpool couldn't help us out. And I think after a fantastic season, it's a really disappointing third place. You know, well done. It was a good win for us. The pundits will say we weren't in the title race, so it's not really a concern. But looking at where we were, 6 or 7 points clear, that is disappointing. Would really love for that to be the Premier League title. But you know what? It's not. And whether we go again for another season at Everton, or whether we go elsewhere, we'll find out after this. But I'm a bit gutted about that. I am. In fact, I'm really gutted. I am really gutted. But before we go any further, it's time for the season review. So, the end of season review, I almost feel embarrassed to have that trophy on the front, the Community Shield. I remember a few episodes ago thinking, well, we could win the treble, we could win the quadruple. Didn't quite happen in the end, did it? We imploded near the end of the season. Let's have a look at the new arrivals. Some really good signings this year. The main one, Diego Costa from Bayern Munich. He came in and played brilliantly. Of course, because Jordan Pickford retired. Our backup goalkeeper Nkonkwo did well as well. And Neil Dick could be a very exciting player in the future. He's gone out on loan to Rangers. He cost us, I think, about 15 million. But again, some other good players that are going to develop. Players who have gone out, there wasn't really anybody special. Loans that have gone out in terms of average ratings. Josh Hope looked pretty good. I think he's going to be going elsewhere. Looking at this season's results then. So we finished third in the Premier League. We got to the first knockout round of the Champions League. Quarter-final of the FA Cup. Runner-up in the EFL Cup. And winner of the Community Shield. So let's have a look at the Premier League. We challenged for the Premier League and we made a really good start. We had this blip against Chelsea where we lost 6-0. We won our first 4 matches, 5-0, 6-1. We looked, how do I say this without being rude? We looked very good, without sounding too rude. But we had some great matches and we were unbeaten, all from that Chelsea match. Sure, we got a few draws, but we won most of our games, won some pretty convincing ones as well. 4-2 against City, 3-1 against Liverpool, 3-0 against Chelsea. And then those 2 losses there against Man United and Leeds derailed us a bit. We got a good win against Bournemouth, a good win against Southampton, lost against Wolves, and then lost against Liverpool and Reading. Looking at these games, just beat Reading and Wolves and we win the title by 6 points. I know it's if we'd have done this, if we'd have done that, but there's some stupid points we dropped to some teams. Brighton, West Ham, you know. Yeah. Feel like we should have won that one. Champions League, again, that came in our bad run of form. We did well. We got past a group of Lyon, Roma and Copenhagen quite easily. But then went out to a good Real Sociedad. We were focused on the league and, well, that didn't come to anything in the end. FA Cup again came during our bad run of form. We went out of 2 competitions in the same episode. EFL Cup, bad day for us. Again, the final came in that bad run of form and, of course, we won the Community Shield. Moments to remember then, our Piggies win 7-1 against Barnsley. That was classic with Reece Nelson scored 5. 6-1 against Leicester. That was our second game of the season. Finances, I know we were a little bit down, you would think, but again, I'm not too worried about that. But most of the things looking okay there. And how we lined up, it was a consistent side for most of the season. And the reason that Ryan Hill is probably right-wing favourite is because we had to play Solken up front in place of Vandenberg, who went out for a few months. I think that injury really hurt us. You know, it stopped us scoring goals if we were a bit patchy at the back sometimes. Robin Vandenberg was always there with goals. I mean, 38 appearances, 28 goals, not too shabby at all. The accolades then. at the end of the year. It's bittersweet, really. We've actually won Manager of the Year, which is excellent. That's great, but again, it's bittersweet, really, isn't it? Fans Player of the Season, Vandenberg. Young Player of the Season, Ryan Hill. Record breakers, 23 clean sheets from Diego Costa. I mean, some of these stats and thinking that we didn't win the Premier League is mind-boggling. It really is. And as I say, we should have won that. On the same amount of points, I don't think that's ever happened. 3 teams ending the season on the same amount of points. Quite incredible, really. Liverpool and Wolves qualify for Europe. Brighton, Fulham and West Ham go down. 23 clean sheets in all competitions, bear in mind as well. 17 in the Premier League. But yeah, I don't know what to make of that football season. I really don't. I think we just have to realise it's happened and soldier on. My contract does expire next year. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. It is. It's a tough one. Sierra's won English Players Young Player of the Year. Well deserved. Played excellently. We won the Manager of the Year, which is excellent. And, well, I guess we're resigned to get another season with Everton. Unless we take one of these jobs. Liverpool's just a no-no. Napoli, I guess that could be fairly appealing. I had a look at this earlier, but look at their trajectory. Again, they're not looking too great. I want to go somewhere where, I'm not going to say it's easy, but they're one of the best teams in the league, because to leave Everton is leaving the second or third best side in the league. And if we're going to go somewhere else, then we need to be convinced that we're going to a good side. But let's see. All we can do is go again, as we have done for the last few years. Yeah, I don't know where we're going to be. For the first time, I'm fairly unsure that we're going to be at Everton the end next season. But if we couldn't win it that time, and again, I'll hold my hands up, we bottled it a bit there. I don't know where we'll be next season, but that's the adventure of it. We're going to head into season 10. Didn't think it would take us too long to win our first title, but I think truthfully, as soon as we win the first title, then the world's our oyster. And I'm gutted we couldn't do it this time. Unbelievable, in fact. I mean, that table just makes me think, you're never going to win the Premier League. How close can you get? How close, yet how far? If you enjoyed that season, folks, leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Football Manager 2021 content. Thank you very much for your company throughout this season and the rest of the saves so far, of course. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye for now.